Hey everybody, I know you've missed us. I've missed Morgan.
I've missed
deeply.
us. Well, me mostly.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know, we missed the monkey. We're glad he's back and everything's right with the world. I know that there was this piece. There was this time in the day. Last week was Wednesday morning. You were like, you know, get your cup of coffee. You're ready to see us, and we weren't there.
There was a Xanadu-shaped hole in your heart.
Absolutely. All you had were friggin' foxes. You know, what are you gonna do? When it's not much different anyway. But yeah, we got lots of comics this week. It's been nice out. It's kind of the summer comic rush has started. There's a couple of big books this week. So yeah, you wanna start?
Yeah. This right here is the 31st issue of Wolverine and the X-Men. It is kicking off the Hellfire Saga, which is, of course, you know, in the vein of the Phoenix Saga and the Dark Phoenix Saga and, I don't know.
Other X-Men
Dark Angel Saga. There are a lot of sagas with these X-Folks.
Right.
But this is Jason Aaron once more tearing apart the X-Men, this time using the Hellfire Club.
Yay.
This is, of course, like the 12-year-old Hellfire Club with his kid and his rad shades.
He has super rad shades. Those are totally hacker shades.
Oh, man. But they have the Hellfire Academy here, which is, of course, the new evil counterpart to the Jean Grey Academy. Because you always gotta have the evil counterparts.
Dude,
there.
it's like in Super Jail, you know, where there's the female jail and then there's the male jail and they gotta fight against each other.
They got Sauron, they have a Wendigo, they have Mystique, they have tiny red vamps.
And Sauron's got hacker shades.
He does. Everyone has hacker shades.
Everyone has hacker shades.
See? People are catching on.
This is awesome. My life is damn near complete already and we only did one comic. Speaking of 90s and rad shades, look at those rad shades.
Those are like Nexus shades.
Those put those shades to shame. Like this, like you said, there's some Nexus shit. But this is STORMWATCH by Warren Ellis and Tom Rainey. This is the progenitor to what would become the Authority. And this is the first appearance of Jack Hawksmoor and Henry Bendix, who's the weatherman for STORMWATCH, Tattoo Rose, the engineer, all sorts of really cool characters who went on, you know, with Warren Ellis to change the face of current superhero comics pretty much. But yeah, I mean, this looks really 90s and really cheesy because it is.
Yeah.
But it's Warren Ellis.
It's unavoidable.
But it's still Warren Ellis, and in the second volume of this, you got some really badass Apollo Midnighter stuff. But this is really fun. It's, you know, $20 for like 15 issues, and if you've read The Authority, which just came out recently in hardcover, and you were wondering what they were referencing so heavily, it was STORMWATCH. So if you're confused, get your STORMWATCH.
And from DC here, we have this new Masters of the Universe one-shot, The Origin of Hordak. So, you don't necessarily love He-Man as much as I do. You don't necessarily. You might. But I bet you love Keith Giffen nowhere near as much as I do. Okay, so this might just be a perfect comic for me, but there must be someone out there on the other end of this computer that loves both of these things as much as I do.
Morgan's number will be flashing at the bottom in case you're female.
And this is for you. This is pure madness. Look at it. Look at it.
It's Kirby.
It's Kirby.
It's pretty cool because He-Man movie was very much Fourth World.
Yeah, it did borrow a lot from the New Gods.
This is almost the perfect multi-layered, you know, kind of ironic comic of multiple things going together that don't really go together, all by Keith Giffen.
And it's the origin of like a cosmic vampire warlord, bat god. Like,
I remember how much I loved him as a kid. I think he might have been my favorite.
Really? Better than Skeletor?
Dude, did you see the giant bat?
He does have a giant bat.
He wears a giant bat proudly, and he had the big head thing in the cartoon. And
I know that
Skeletor
head
couldn't
thing.
even rock that head thing. Nobody could rock that head thing.
Right. DC has also got the newest issue of Suicide Squad. This is the second part of Alice Cott's first two-parter, starting off his run. Yep.
Right.
I know, right? Who would have thought DC actually putting out a two-part story arc, not 6 or 12
How are you
issues?
gonna trade that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh my god. You better get these issues, because this shit's not going to get reprinted.
No, it's great stuff, though. People have been raving about the first issue he did online.
Good.
Like, he wrote change. People like him a lot. And hopefully this is the beginning of a really, really long, really, really good run on Suicide Squad. Because we could use another one of those.
Yeah. I mean, Copper hasn't been coming out every month now, and we need that fix. We do. You know, and hopefully Cott will give it to us. Hopefully. More old, nice collections. Good Catwoman. I know, it's not an oxymoron.
Weird.
It's weird. But this is Ed Brubaker, Cameron Stewart, and I think that's it for this one, yeah, because Mike Allred was off the book by this point. But this is, it's just Brubaker's perfect noir that happens to have Catwoman in it, and more importantly, Slam Bradley.
Yeah,
Who's way badass.
Slam
He's one of the
Bradley is
coolest
crazy
characters.
badass.
But this was back again when he built a supporting cast. You had Slam, you had kind of like her sister thing that she's taking care of. You know, it was all in the East End of Gotham, which, you know, you thought regular Gotham was bad. I mean, East End is
it's like double Gotham.
Yeah, it's like Batman Year One shit, you know? I mean, it's dark. It's bad. But they've been reprinting these because all of his run has been out of print for quite a while. Very, very excited. This is just definitely really, really great and fun Brubaker superhero stuff that, you know, you cannot be ashamed about reading Catwoman. If you like Catwoman, I'm sorry, but...
Well, it's not a matter of Catwoman herself, it's a matter of, like, I mean, the state of Catwoman comics now.
I mean, look at, you had Jim Balin drawing Catwoman for how long? I mean, do we need to talk about that? Not really.
No, let's just cleanse it with Jim Lee's Superman.
Yeah, that'll cleanse the plate right out.
Superman Unchained. This is the big one.
That is it, sir.
Big one this week.
If there is one thing, I mean, there's the movie coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Soon. You know, you're ready for it. You've been hearing how awesome it is. You want to see Russell Crowe with his beard and,
you want the slow motion. You want the fast motion right after the slow motion. And then the more slow motion and... Oh, you don't want to know what's going on.
Jim Lee's going to give it to you in this. And even more so, he's going to give you... I'm not going to pull it out because this thing is way
really
complicated. But it's a huge poster in here that's Superman, obviously. You know, so you can rip it out, put it on your wall, buy two, you know, if you want to do that. But Scott Snyder's writing it, and I mean, he's doing a lot of work now.
Yeah,
he also has the Batman number 21 that comes out this week, which is the beginning of the year 0.
Yeah, it's going to be a 12-issue arc, basically just catching you up on what actually happened in Batman's first year in the New 52.
That's right, which you really want to know. And also, like, Dustin Nguyen does some pages in the back, which is nice. You know, it's kind of a
Dustin Nguyen.
Harsh, you know, transition from the cross-hatching to the softness, but, you know, whatever.
Another big #1 this week out of Dark Horse here. This is The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. Gerard Way of, yes, My Chemical Romance. Don't judge his comics by that, or do judge his comics by that if that's what you're into.
Yeah, right? If you like it, great. If you don't, he does write good comics.
Yes, he formerly wrote The Umbrella Academy. Did he do anything else past that?
No, he's too busy making millions of dollars from his music. So.
But also of note, this is drawn entirely by the amazing Becky Cloonan.
Completely, which is the real reason to be excited about this comic.
Well, and the fact that it's probably going to be a really, really, really cool comic. Because, like, just the ideas that they used in Umbrella Academy were really, really good. Like, he has a really great grasp on comic books for someone who,
he does.
You know, that's not, like, his actual profession.
Yeah, I guess the story with this is, like, there was this team called the Killjoys that was fighting against the BLI Corporation, the Better Living Something Corporation, and they all died except for Mysterious Girl. This freaking random girl and her cat, I don't know. But now they kind of have this following of people that are, they're kind of like, not really groupies, but it's like they just kind of mull around their, you know, I'm a Killjoy or whatever. And it's up to her to corral these people and fight against the BLI for, you know, everybody's freedom and shit like that.
Yeah, and you may have read the Prelude story in the Dark Horse Free Comic Book Day.
That's right.
Kind of creepy story there.
That's kind of creepy.
There's some people being replaced by robots if they don't follow the laws of the city, like...
It's like Superman Red Sun style.
Yeah.
Chop. Do I need to say the title of this comic? You have a gorilla jumping at you with guns. What would you think this comic would be called? 2-gun gorilla? No. 3-gun gorilla? No. 6-gun gorilla. Why? Well, maybe he's got more guns hidden, but he could.
Because there's 6 shooters,
that's what they call them. I know, but it'd be cool if he had 6 guns.
Come on, Casey.
It would be way cooler.
Like, 1 in each hand,
and then
1 in each foot, maybe like 2? Could you do that?
You could, maybe. I don't know the guy in, who was it? His Agents of Atlas. He had submachine guns, remember, on his feet.
Fuck yeah.
That was awesome. This is not as cool as that, but you got Ramon Perez doing a great cover. Cy Spurrier, who writes X-Men Legacy, is writing this, and Jeff Stokely, who I don't know
what he does, but he does it well.
But he does it
very well.
Really well. I mean, it's got this really kind of like almost like a Jason Latour coloring type of thing, James Herron, where it's like lots of, it's just really mood setting, you know, and it's definitely got a nice sci-fi western aspect to it. A little bit of, you know, some of that Helheim guy even, a little bit of that kind of, that speed. But yeah, this looks very cool. This is from Boom. I mean, you know, you put a gorilla on your comic, you sell more comics.
It's true.
That's
a fact.
It is a fact.
A fact. If you don't know that, you don't know shit about comics.
Purple gorillas.
Gorillas.
That's right.
What else we got here?
What do you got?
Ooh, Golgotha.
Yes.
Even though I think this is much more your realm than mine.
Alright, well, actually, Golgotha, this is from 215 Inc., by two people who I've never heard of. We got Andrew Harrison and KARL SLOMINSKT. But basically, this takes place in Providence, Rhode Island. I was born in Newport, Rhode Island, and Providence is... It wants to be a city, but it's not. It's just like this abscess that's growing on Boston's armpit. It smells, and it's run by the mob. But regardless...
Like a normal abscess.
Yeah,
run
absolutely.
by the mob.
The mob runs abscesses. But basically the idea is that there's this junkie who's living in Providence who breaks out of rehab when he hears that H.P. Lovecraft's body or grave has been defiled and his skull has been stolen. So him and a pack of junkie friends decide for some unknown reason, probably because they're high on drugs. Probably, to go find this skull. And across the way they get lost in the seedy underbelly of Providence with, you know, weird transvestite people and, again, lots more drugs, back alleyways, and oh man, that guy's trying to drive while shooting up. He's probably gonna die. But yeah, all sorts of occult madness. It's got a really cool, it's nice, stark, black and white, just kind of cartoony feel. It's really dirty. It gives you like kind of a nice, dirty horror feel. And look at that, see? That's mean. It's a mean.
That's a mean Cthulhu right
mean
there.
Cthulhu. Golgotha. And
Here, Lone Wolf 2100? I don't actually know too much about that. I would assume it's in the vein of Kazuo Koike's Lone Wolf and Cub.
so
In the future, though, I am basically the same thing. I would
Cyberpunk.
assume. Okay. Yeah.
Cyberpunk. So basically, Lone Wolf and Cub, which the omnibus came out last week, which if we did a video, we would have talked about at great length, is one of the greatest epics of stories ever in any kind of medium. And this is a retelling of that, like you said, kind of in the future, where instead of it's a young boy, it's a young girl who holds the hope and the cure for humanity. You know, kind of like Johnny Mnemonic, NAS. A little bit like that. But yeah, and Ogami Ito is an android bodyguard, so you're getting kind of like Terminator thing going on without the future time travel stuff. But this is Mike Kennedy and Francisco Ruiz Velasco, who does this great, you know, anime, manga, you know, kind of fun character, but with really, really nice technical...
Yeah, there's some great robots
you know,
in there.
robot stuff, tech, really good colors.
The coloring is amazing.
Coloring is amazing. I mean, this stuff, like, I was really hesitant to read this, because, you know, you'd really want to read a derivative.
Yeah, just like some guy be like, yeah, I think I could make something that could live up to Lone Wolf.
You know what? This is really badass. It really is. It's only 20 bucks or 25 bucks. You know, either pick this up or the omnibus from last week. Lone Wolf and Cub, get your Cyberpunk on. You want to do the cover of the week here?
Oh yeah.
Of
you
course.
know, for our first video back,
yeah,
we had to go with the trad.
Trad
Come on.
bar.
He is blowing out of the park every time.
We wish
Look
it
at
was...
Deadpool's leg. He's kicking a cheerleader. He doesn't really care.
No, and who's he shooting at?
Everyone. He's shooting at you.
He is shooting at you. He's gonna come right at you.
The Avengers are shocked. They're just like, what is this guy doing?
Right? So yeah. Tried more. We wish he did more. We did. Yeah. Yeah.
What? You just keep...
I'm sorry.
Keep doing it.
I mean, there's been a pun deficiency lately. I don't know.
Not in my life.
There's
I
been
don't
no
know about
multiple
you.
warheads, so I haven't gotten the puns this week. But yeah, so that's about it. It's good to be back. Appreciate you, you know, at least quasi paying attention to the Foxes next week. Next week, you know, or last week, next week we'll have, you know, rolling armadillos, maybe some gorillas, maybe some pandas. Pandas are cute. Eating bamboo.
Sloths, maybe.
Yeah,
porcupines.
You know, maybe you could wear the panda suit.
Suit. Do we have a panda suit?
We could make a panda suit.
I'd wear the panda suit.
He's gonna wear the panda suit. Tomorrow night, or tonight, 6 o'clock or 6:30 is our monthly meeting of all thing comics. A lot of discussions for the long table. So if you're around, stop by. It goes from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And yeah, there will be treats as usual. You know, we can pass up free treats and pandas.
There won't be me in a panda suit.
Yeah, there will. Bye.